John and Rachel, and we are here
Late night.
on late night.
Yeah.
And this is first time in a new place.
Yes.
So we might have some speed bumps, which might be cool because we might go viral at this point if something
For mistakes.
somebody falls over
Just
a
for
chair.
mistakes.
Right. So
Absolutely.
so first
We were
of all,
smart, John. We made sure that we had people whom we are familiar with so that we know a little bit about their stories, except
Yes.
for one. But the guy to your left, we certainly know all kinds
really
of stuff
well,
about.
but
So
as you're listening to the podcast, make sure you download it, subscribe to it. As you're watching it, follow it on YouTube. And if you're listening on radio, well,
Enjoy.
meet us here every Friday.
Yeah.
Is what you need to do.
starting here on out, we're pretty excited to be here at Foster Plaza. So we hope we see you.
Yeah, the
All right.
Odyssey Studios here, which encompasses all the places, including the legendary KDKA.
There you go. And you did a great job of posting blogs this week. The very first one that we have to talk about is the Frontier trip. Dun, dun, dun. We've been asked about this a million times. I put up an actual personal post that said I was in Philadelphia for 27 hours, which of course prompted everyone to say, why were you in Philadelphia for 27 hours? But it was because the Pittsburgh airport sent us on behalf of Frontier Airlines. We had a great time. Nice. We literally were there. We left at 8-ish in the morning.
On
time. Got to Philadelphia, had a great experience in Philly. I don't know how familiar anyone is with Philly. We grabbed all of the goodies that people asked us to get from Pittsburgh. So that was cool. We had to go to all these different stops. And we were back the next day, again, Frontier. And it's great. You need to check into it because you can check your bags. You don't have to check your bags. You can do everything in one day. It's great.
The cool part is that we put on Facebook that the shopping list of things you wanted us to get you when we were over there. So
and then we did what? Shipped.
We did. And Eric and Jimmy took us around.
Yes.
We saw the Rocky statue. We had a Philly steak and cheese.
Yeah.
Then we did grab some cannoli. We grabbed a hat at an Irish bar. We grabbed a T-shirt at an Irish bar.
Right, the Irish bar that was packed in the middle of the day watching soccer. It doesn't happen in Pittsburgh.
Day, right?
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
So it was fantastic. Check it out, and we certainly recommend it. The next blog post was the one and only Women Who Rock. You know, we talk about this every single year. Mark, actually, you joined us. I almost said enjoyed us, but you joined us last year. This year is the legendary Melissa Etheridge. We're so excited to see that. And we got to catch up with Melinda and see all of the amazing auction items. So that was great for us to check out. We did it game show style, so you have to go see it on our blog.
Yeah. If you find us on the blog and you have somebody that doesn't park so well or is kind of ignorant, as we say in Pittsburgh.
I don't say that.
You know, feel free to let us know because
Some
that's what the
people
blog
do.
is all about. But it's not to blame your ex-spouse or anything or
no,
call
we're
out.
nice Jags. Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
exactly.
There you go.
So-
all right, and the big news is that we're here and
Yes.
that we have our friend Mark Ferrari who's joining us. Mark, you literally know as much about us as like our parents, our children, like literally.
Yeah,
other than Nick
basically.
Mancini, you could be the exclamation point on your.
We almost have to pay you to not say things at this point, that we're
I
always
know.
late.
Yes.
No,
That's it.
all good
And
things.
we wreak
all good
havoc.
things. All good.
Yeah. How have you been? I feel like we haven't talked to you in a couple weeks. You've
Yeah.
recently vacationed.
Yeah, I was in Antigua for a week. It was, people call it Antigua or
I always say
Antigua.
that. Okay.
It's either way. So
Okay.
I always like debate.
Okay.
How
I
am
put
I going
the
to say
wa.
it this time?
It's north
But-
for sales, north for side.
There you
Right,
go.
right.
Yeah.
So we'll go with Antigua on this one. But
Okay.
no, that was beautiful. That was a nice, just to hit the reset button, just get out of town. I didn't sing a note that whole week. Didn't play a guitar, nothing. So it was nice. I needed a little break.
You always need
know.
a recharge for
Did
sure.
you go see an entertainer and judge them?
There was entertainment on the resort, and
Okay.
I judged, but it was all good.
You're like,
it
I
was
can
good
be-
stuff.
yeah.
Yeah, I would. I can't help but analyze
It's
other
in your-
talent.
yeah, it's in
It's
your
like
veins.
Rachel's mom going to an Italian restaurant and eating the red sauce.
Or my
right?
dad and all
Right,
the
right.
musicians we have on. I mean, it's the exact same
Right.
thing. I mean,
Exactly.
Mark, it was no Philly, right? You weren't in Philly.
No, it was not in Philly, but it was beautiful though.
I'm so glad. And
Yeah.
what else? What else is happening? You're performing a ton as usual?
Yeah, writing new music all the time. I did a national anthem for the Pirates on June 22nd. It was the McCutcheon bobblehead night. And then as soon as I got back from vacation, that very next night, I did a show with Winger, the band. So opened up for Winger.
Hold on, let me
Yep.
interrupt you because every time we have Mark Ferrari on, every single time, he drops names and you're like, oh, just another CeeLo
I did
Green.
a show with.
Yeah, I was with CeeLo.
Do you
I
ever
call
tell
him C.
CeeLo I did a show with John and Rachel?
I'll have to tell him next
You
time.
need to tell him.
Yeah.
What was Winger like? You've performed with them before?
Yeah, this
Okay.
was the second time. The
Right.
first time it was just Kip and Reb, and then this time it was the band, like the full band. Oh, it was awesome. I mean, it was basically a sellout at Jurgles. I got to see Mark Madden. He's one of my favorite sports guys.
Yeah.
So it was just it was a great night. It was just a great night. But I still had jet lag from getting home.
I'm sure.
We landed like 12:30, 1 a.m.
Yeah.
So it was a long
Wow.
day, but my energy, my adrenaline was up, so it got me through it.
Nice.
I crashed after that.
Are you performing anywhere in the near future? Because we're going to actually listen to you perform later in the show. But
Yeah,
is there
I mean,
anything we need to know that's coming up?
Well,
Sort of
yeah,
winding
there's
down
always. I
from
just played
summer.
last night, but going to Nashville next week for the week, and then when I come back, I know I'm playing at a couple different venues around
Sure.
here. I can't really remember
Well,
off
that's
the top
okay.
of my
You
head.
can
You know,
hit up your website because you have everything listed
yeah, it's
there.
just from wineries to restaurants to cideries and all that stuff. We're
Yeah.
and then if there's big shows coming up, I always
Now, Mark,
will let people know.
we always have challenges here. So our challenge is our question of the day for
man.
every guest. So the question of the day, it actually is a really good one here. So go ahead.
It was mine.
Do
and
it.
I thought of this for a reason.
Take
Don't
credit
get
for
nervous
it.
'cause
All right.
I'll talk through it while you're thinking. Okay. What is the food that you want to like, but you just can't do it? And I'll tell you what mine is while you're thinking.
The food
I do this to
I
John all the
want to
time.
like.
When he's chewing, I'm always talking. So listen, mine is the beet. I want to like beets because they're so good with fiber. They're sweet enough. I
You
can't.
asked me this today, and I didn't realize it's the
I
question
was testing
of
it
the
on
day.
you.
Oh.
Yeah, I
I know.
tested it on John. He didn't even know. But anyway, mine's beets.
All right,
Yours?
mine.
Did I talk long enough?
Yeah, that was good.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks for buying time for me. Sweet potatoes.
I love
can't-
them.
Is that
I
right?
cannot. I can eat sweet potato fries, like the French fries,
They're
but
my
that's
faves.
that's about it. But I can't eat like a potato that's orange and it's just so sweet. I don't know. I just can't do it. And cranberry sauce. I'm naming all the Thanksgiving things I can't eat.
Wow.
Do you not
yeah.
love things?
I don't like that stuff.
Well, you know what's funny about the beets thing is that Doug Oster, who is also affiliated with us, the radio station here, he actually told us a recipe to make beets, and I've made them for my vegetarian vegan family for Thanksgiving and
Yeah.
Christmas. They loved them.
Wow.
And they're like, they asked me to make them again the next holiday.
Yeah.
But I look at them and I still can't bite into them. I'm still
Really?
nervous about them.
Well,
Yeah.
beets
I'm
are
with
really
you.
good for lowering high blood
Cholesterol.
pressure.
Oh, yeah.
So.
And I
beet
know they're
juice
high in
is
fiber. I'm on a huge fiber kick. Mark, we're the same. Did you just have a birthday?
I did, yeah.
Yeah.
August 4th.
Yeah,
It was
so we
less
are
than a week ago. Yeah.
bicentennial babies.
Yes.
And so this was a big summer for us because
Yeah.
we're getting closer to that next generation F word 50.
And she
Yeah.
got emotional when we were by the Independence
did.
Hall.
I
Really?
did.
So, but,
'Cause it was all about the
bicentennial baby
bicentennial.
at the Independence
Yeah.
Hall. She's like, oh my
When
God,
was
let
your
that
birthday?
bell ring.
May. Yeah, you wished me a happy birthday. You're fine.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, I checked you off my list.
I looked up like who else shares a birthday with me. I already knew Obama did, but I looked up more and it was Louis Armstrong's one and Louis Vuitton.
Whoa!
I was like, all right,
Louis.
I like that.
all the Louis.
I just want
Yeah.
to remind
Mark Louis
everybody,
Ferrari.
Rachel likes the theme, and you may not know this if you're listening for the first time, but Rachel likes the theme, and I don't know if you realize, but there's a theme right here. It's
Louis?
everybody that ends in I.
Oh,
Good
Our
one.
guest tonight, Mark Ferrari,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
And who's next?
Nick Mancini.
Nene
And
and
we're following up with
Pittsburgh.
Jason.
Yes.
Really?
yeah.
Right.
How about
So
that?
how about that?
Before we get to all
Awesome.
of them, we are going to get back to Mark. We are going to take a couple of seconds so that we can check in with our dear friend, Mitch Dugan, for a couple of Mitch minutes. Well, one Mitch minute. Stay with us.
My grandmother, Molly Dugan, God bless her soul, was, back in the day, the wives didn't work, but she did work she worked, I think, a telephone switchboard and did that during the war or something like that. But, to stay busy, she became very active in a Meals on Wheels. And she ended up heading it up. And she was heading up Kosher Meals on Wheels in Pittsburgh. And then when she retired, they changed the name to Molly's Meals. It's my grandmother.
Welcome to Fernandez. Can I take your orders?
You need a tap it?
No, we don't use this. We know how to yell the sandwich, the cook. Here we go.
Dig in.
It's John and Rachel. We love to dig into iconic Pittsburgh places like Permanis. So we brought our friends from People's Gas.
Please call at least 3 business days before you dig.
It doesn't matter if it's a big project or something small like a mailbox. Always call before you dig. I called. We can dig in.
So please call 811 3 business days before excavating so you don't have to call 911.
I've been thinking that Rorik Automotive needs a new jingle.
Rorik Automotive got the best cars around Pittsburgh.
Driving a Rorik, I bought it at Rorik. Picked up my new car at Rorick Automotive. I got friends at Rorick Automotive where the staff is nice and the dealership's loaded with brand new cars. And you can drive real far.
It's Sean and Rachel, the Jags on Katie. And listen, we appreciate that. Our other guest, we brought in all the familiar faces and voices
For day
for
one
us.
on
And,
KDKA.
right.
Yeah, we
So
can't help
Nick
ourselves.
Mancini, Hartner, heir to the Mancini throne, more like a hearth, right?
He has
More like-
brothers.
The hearth oven.
yeah. Nick, we joke all the time with your wife that you are like, our trio. It's the three of us all the time. We're attending different things. Everybody, not just us, but we love Mancini's, and everybody sort of follows suit. When they talk about Pittsburgh iconic things, Mancini's comes up every single time. I don't think you realize the essence of that until maybe more recently, right? Having done Picklesburg and a couple of other big events, right?
Right. Yeah, getting to be with you guys today, and it's been more fun every year. Just bigger and better things for us.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just grew up with people telling me great stories, their connection to the bread and their family, because that was Sunday night, and
Yes.
Well, Nick, we teased this the other night. We were on with KDKA's Rob Pratt,
Yes.
legend,
Right.
Yeah.
Legend, right? And we teased this and said, I don't remember what the lineage is, but Nick tells us a story about great-great-great-grandfather, that kind of thing, was riding around in this horse-drawn carriage delivering bread and pickles with a guy named... So correct me on this.
H.J. Hines. So, yeah, this is
H.J.
my
Hines.
dad's
just
side of the
H.J.
family. Yeah, so apparently my great-grandfather's bakery was 5 Baker brothers, and they would deliver bread and horses, and he used to pick up H.J. Hines, and he would sell his first product, which was horseradish.
Oh, that's
And
right.
it would deliver
Yeah.
to the bars, and back then there's no refrigeration, and
Sure.
so
Yeah.
horseradish was needed to cover up, the taste of the not so fresh meat.
How about
Oh,
that?
my, is that
I don't
right?
think I remember you saying that part.
I don't remember that. Wow.
I mean, there's so many stories that go back and forth, but I love the telephone game, so I
Yeah.
like hearing how it comes back to
You
me.
made that up
Listen,
right
it
now.
creates good radio tonight, and we needed it, right, for our last hour.
No, that is interesting because I don't know about you, but whenever I make something that my family's like, oh, what's for dinner? And it's like chicken for the 4th time, they're getting out the Red Hot.
Yeah, right.
And you're like, oh, I just wish this was a little bit better. So I understand.
As a side note, someone once told me that the reason why they made chocolate milk was to cover up the sour taste of the
Oh.
older milk, so they put chocolate in it.
How
but
about that?
I can't verify that. I don't have.
I don't know. I'll try it next time I get the questionable milk and
There
the.
you go.
If anybody doesn't know, they know your bread, they know the smell, but if they don't know the lineage, talk about that, because this is not our first time, but it might be someone's first time listening to you.
Right. So yeah, first time on KDKA, so this is a real treat to be with you
That
guys.
makes me so happy. I love Nick.
And so it started with my great uncle. He apprenticed himself to a bakery in the bottoms of McKees Rocks, if you're familiar. It's the area underneath the bridge. And I think at a young age of 15 or 16, he moved on, and his father rented him a 1-room storeroom, which is in McKees Rocks, where the bakery is now, and the bakery's expanded 8 times since
I was
then.
just going to say, yeah.
Yeah, it's
right.
it's deceiving when you see the front and how small the storefront is, but how big the bakery is if you get a chance to actually come back and take a tour of the place. And
We have.
We have
it-
multiple
yeah.
times.
We have
Yeah.
backstage
Yeah,
passes.
we've done that. We have backstage passes.
honorary bakers,
Yeah,
absolutely.
there you go. Yeah. And so when you think about what it looked like then, I'm sure your family has so many photos for you to kind of compare, right? What do people say when they come in? What's the common reaction? Just the fact that, wow, I wasn't expecting it to look like this inside?
Oh, yeah, right. If people do make it past the back,
Yeah.
it's a maze because it is a connection
maze,
of
yeah.
of 4 or 5 houses, and as the later expanses, we would actually raise the houses, and so we can get a bigger production area. But the beginning is, my great uncle would just knock a hole in the wall and then open up the next room, and that is what it was,
And if people
That's
haven't
so
been
funny.
there in a long time, they would know where you now buy your bread used to be the oven.
Right, yeah. So when
Yeah.
you walk into the retail area, you are actually walking into the former brick oven. And so it was laid, I believe, in the early 30s. We started in 1926, and then basically that was a coal stoked oven when it started. And over time, they switched to natural gas, but they did not change the brick baffle system underneath, which kind of regulates the flow of heat. And so basically, it got too hot disintegrated the brick, and it got to a point where we couldn't use the oven.
Wow.
Yeah, we were actually spending thousands of dollars in cooling the oven with steam and then heating with the oven with fire underneath at the same time, and just to make it work.
We need a
guess
bumper
that
that
was hard
goes,
with
the
those
secrets
order
behind Mancini's.
Yes, we should do something like that. The secrets
Yeah,
behind.
because the other thing I love when you tell is, why is there a twist bread? Like, everybody knows Mancini's as a twist. You know, we know you have other breads, but why is there a twist?
Yeah, so also really
Say it's a
interesting.
good question.
No, don't
Nick,
say it.
it's a
He
good
stopped.
question. Yes, it was. It was.
It's a great question, not just a good question. So back in the day, pans are very expensive.
Right.
And I read some of my great uncle's baking journals, and it was written that so he came across the single started braid, and we call the twist, and it allows for basically some like structural integrity to that loaf of bread, holds it together. So it's hard to talk about we're on a podcast, but
Oh yeah,
You're good. You got
I feel like we're on radio, but we're not. So so single stranded braid, and it's a beautiful loaf of bread, and it holds itself together when it's baked in the hearth oven, and it gives like that even nice slice of bread widthwise, so you can make an even sandwich for the wholesale customer. So I think even in the beginning that was the plan.
You think that for real? I mean, is that?
I think like in the beginning he would make 100 loaves a night, and then bake it, shape it, bake it, then go out and deliver it himself.
So then, how many slices do you actually get out of one?
Right, depends on how thick it is.
Yeah.
But
That was a great question, Rachel.
Right, fantastic.
I didn't hear that. Fantastic.
That was a question. I'll qualify it.
Nick, do you know what trouble you're in? Because I don't know if anybody knows, but Rachel, people talk about guys having work wives. Rachel is literally your work wife. Like,
I love him.
And,
He's the
and
greatest guy.
Rachel even told Anna that you're the exclamation point in YaJagoff.
I think I'm the second guy tonight that you told that to.
No, we said other than
Mark.
Nick Mancini. I swear to God. I swear to God we did. Yeah,
That's funny.
That's too funny. But no, I love hearing. I know when we do the twist, and when I say when we do the twist, basically what happens is prominent Pittsburgh people who have been around a long time, people with history in Pittsburgh, we bring them to Mancini's and you teach them how to do the twist. And it's hysterical because you do it like it's nothing. You know, you're used to it. You make how many a day? And that's the question that they ask you. How many of these do you make in a day? And what's that answer?
Yeah, the bakery makes around 10,000 loaves a day, and it's just amazing how long that lineage has happened, and it keeps going and growing.
And that's nothing to you.
Yeah. Can I tell you one other little quick story?
You can tell us anything.
So the guy that taught me how to bake, obviously my grandfather along the ways, but he was a little bit, towards the latter days when I came into the bakery. But Lenny Palazzo, he used to teach me.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
And then he always told me he met his wife to the sound, like to the dance, the twist. So
oh my God, Joey
every
B and the
every time I
Starlighters.
hear that, it makes me think about him, and
Let's
he's
twist
such a
again,
great guy and taught me so
like
much.
we did last summer. I mean,
Are you
Nick
li-
really
wait, do
led
we have
me
to
into
license
it.
I know,
that?
right?
Do we have to ask the
I mean,
producer if
they're
we have to
never
license
they're
that?
never gonna see that it was me. It's no semblance to the
It's
real
gonna come up on
song.
the radar.
So, Nick, we know that you have so much going on, and we're excited that obviously we get to chat with you because we don't always get to catch up because it's constant work things, right? We know that you just did a recent promotion that is here to stay with the folks at Pittsburgh Brewing, and you have a new beer bun.
Right, the Pittsburgh Brewing Company. We got together and met with Todd Zwicker, their president, and it just felt like everyone was on board, and so we got a chance to collaborate and take the spent grain from the brewing process and incorporate it and upcycle it into a sweet wheat bun. And
It's phenomenal.
Yeah, it's been fantastic.
It is absolutely fantastic.
It's cool that you spent the whole night with us here, and
Yes,
we
thank
appreciate
you.
that. And before we go, there's a question of the day, and Rachel will not she'll have her baseball bat if you don't answer it.
All right, Nick.
So,
I helped Mark get through this before, but what is the food that you really want to like, but you just don't? Like, my example was the beet. I want to like beets. They're so good for you, so high in nutrients, but I just can't like it. Do you have one of those?
Yeah, it's Brussels sprouts for me. It's always been a challenge to eat those. Ever since I had a little
can't
standoff with
go
my
on the
parents
tour
when I
with
was
us.
like 6 years
oh
old.
yeah,
And it never got better. That's so funny. Nick Mancini, we appreciate you being with us. You can obviously follow Nick on all the socials at Mancini's Bakery, on Instagram, on Facebook. There's always something going on. And also you could go to the website so you could see some of the merch, see the hours, some fun stories, some blog posts, all that good stuff. So thanks again for being with us.
Okay. Hey, always a great time.
Mancini's Bakery, 97 years in business and still getting better. Make sure you follow us on Facebook and Instagram. That's where you will see various Pittsburgh personalities like Gretchen McKay, Super Bowl MVP Santonio Holmes, KDKA's own Mary Hours, and WPXI's Jenna Harner, learning how to make the famous Italian twist bread. Follow Mancini Bakery on Instagram and Facebook, and remember to ask for Mancini's. PittsburghUsedCars.com, with hundreds of used cars across 8 dealerships throughout the city. We provide the greater Pittsburgh area with a premium used car buying experience. Looking for unbeatable pricing on some of the best used cars in Pittsburgh? Visit Pittsburgh Used Cars Clearance Zone today. We're providing out-the-door pricing on all of our clearance zone inventory. PittsburghUsedCars.com.
Tell us, who are you?
I'm Melinda. I'm the founder of Women Who Rock.
Founder of all of this. And so, can you first tell us, how long have you been in this space? And what is Women Who Rock for people who don't know?
Yeah, we've been here 2 years. We love being part of the Southside Works, and this space has just become something that women come in and share their stories with us. We have local female singer-songwriters performing in the store. We do fun events all throughout the year, and as you'll see as you walk around the pop-up shop, there are some really important mission statements that are on throughout the shop, showing you what we're all about, and that is supporting women in music and also advocating for women's health research, which is still to this day grossly understudied and underfunded.
John and Rachel, you in late night. Johnny's giving me the thumbs up, so I know I did.
Listen, we're theming tonight.
I did something right.
You did it.
I didn't
You're
do
fine.
something wrong.
That's right. And we are theming with our E's. And so the final of the E's, as far as interviews, even though we're going to get to hear Mark Ferrari, is Jason Grilli. We met you, by circumstance, right? Because we worked with Rhonda Zigarelli. You were doing the Yinzer Fest a couple of months ago, and you came in. We chatted with you. You're so charismatic. We're so glad that you're still here in Pittsburgh. And you have another big event coming up, so we wanted to catch up with you a little more.
Well, thanks for having me back, and I hope I don't disappoint with the charisma and everything else.
You won't. You're good.
Yeah.
No, you're safe.
All you have to do is have the crowd yell, "Grilled cheese!" Right?
Yes. Well, I got so much compliments. Thank you for the hat. I'm a big hat guy.
Absolutely.
Once you're a ball player, always a ball player. But
Sure.
yeah, the Jagoff has got some mileage and some marketing for you guys. So I got to take some pointers for that. Yes.
Put you on the licensing
There you go.
board,
That's
right?
it. That's it. Yeah. No, I got a fun event coming up myself called Grilli Palooza, but it's not about me. It's about 11-year-old Lena. She's got cystic fibrosis, and I was nominated to be part of the Pittsburgh's 50 Finest, which is an amazing organization. Just collectively, we all raise money, do different charities throughout Pittsburgh, and my event just happens to be around stuff that I like, which is food, rock and roll, and just invited Pittsburgh. So I always appreciate that you guys are part of the media blast that I'm out there, spreading the news, and I hope that people do come out. It's going to be in Mars at Discovery Church. I rented out the 22,000 square foot facility, which is amazing. We have a great lineup of bands, and I have a list of
you can cheat and look at
I'm
it.
going to
No
cheat
question.
because we made this from 5:30 to 6:30. We got mixtape from Mars.
Oh yeah.
We have BB Steele at 80s Live. They play at Jurgles quite a bit.
Oh wow. Okay.
8:50 to 9:50 Bad Custer, and 10:05 to 11 is going to be Thick Magician. So some local bands that you might not heard, but it's a different variety of music and a lot of fun.
Now, are these bands that you used to go see after games, or you just became familiar with, or some folks dropped the name in and said, "Hey,
these
do
are
this
Pittsburgh
one."
people.
Okay.
Like I said, we're from the Yinzer Fest to how I met you guys to just, I no longer get to wear the P in the black and gold fashion out there, but like I said, now I'm getting to mingle with y'all, and instead of just a quick picture and an autograph, I'm actually having a cocktail or hanging out at Picklesburg and Yinzer Fest and YaJagoff podcast. So I'm enjoying just being a true Pittsburgher, and this festival is going to be fun. We got 36 holes of miniature golf. There's Grandstand Sports is coming in, auction, even whether you buy an item, or you walk home with it. That's why I have Kenny Reggett's 31 Sports Grill. They're doing the bartending for the adult,
that's great.
for the adult sodas.
Sure.
So that
Yeah.
maybe
Need
the
that.
adult sodas will make you buy a trip, or
That's- yeah,
you
the
wind up with a
golden
Bruce
rule.
Springsteen or ACDC signed guitar or something that you don't need.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or Christmas is coming up, so
Yeah. Or do you know Winger, like our friend Mark Ferrari?
Yeah.
I mean, he just played with Winger. Like, who
There you
says that?
go.
Yeah.
Right.
That's his name drop, but you have quite a few
Uncle
yourself.
Cracker, all in his
See.
stable there. He's got a stable like yours. We have our
nobody.
stable. Mark
We have
Ferrari's
Nick.
our
I
stable.
mean, we have
and
Nick in
Johnny
our
Angel.
stables.
That's our
Yeah.
stable at this
That's
point.
literally-
But
yeah.
we're happy to have
We're
that because
happy.
they're all good Yinzers, as you said.
Yes.
You love kind of blending in with the crowd now.
Yeah, and like I said, if people stop asking me to the parties, I say, I don't care if you ask me for my autograph, because that's no longer fun as much as everybody wants Paul Skeen's autograph, right?
yeah. I mean-
So I do too, and I haven't met him yet. I'm trying to work my way now. Yeah, I wish I could be him. Man crush, and I wish I was as good as he is. But washed up ball player. I'm just trying to hang out and be where the party is. And
But you love Pittsburgh.
I
And
love
think,
it here.
obviously we embrace all things Pittsburgh, and we love the fact that you are doing that. And you're giving back in a big way. So
Yeah.
the one thing I think we didn't say was this is happening next week, August
next
the
week.
16th,
Yeah,
right?
we got 7 days, so I've been
Yeah.
promoting it as much as possible. Social media, I'm terrible at social media. I'm
Yeah.
an 80s kid, so I always find it feel weird doing selfies and weird stuff like that. I have to
know.
really get into a mode to do that, but I guess that's the what you have to do to
You
get
have
out there.
to. Yeah, exactly.
So sorry if I have put out some weird stuff.
Just don't do it after you have the adult
That's
sodas. You
right,
kind
that's
of
right.
need to have that thing to blow
That's
in your
right.
phone to stop you from doing that.
Yeah,
right.
the screen.
And so this is all because you want to benefit the cystic fibrosis.
Yes.
In particular, you said it's Lena?
Team Lena, yeah. She's
Okay.
an 11-year-old girl who suffers from this crazy disease. It's so rare. I learned so much about it.
Yeah.
It's only 40,000 people are really inflicted with this disease.
wow.
And they say, it's all about their mucus that builds up, and they eventually, don't live really long lives. And there's no cure, right? So just any funding to help with things to make people feel a little bit more comfortable and live the best life. I have kids of my own, so when you see that I'm blessed with kids that I don't have to worry about this stuff,
Yes.
I want to help. I want to help any way I can, and I use my name, image, and like this easy way, going out on the field and selling a jersey or a baseball card or whatever, a video game. And now I'm just doing, like I said, and I'm just trying to be a part of the community that I settled in. I love this area code, the 412,
Yeah,
and
right.
extends pretty far. So
It does.
it's just cool.
As
Yeah.
part of being the 50 finest, is this the only event you'll do, or are there other ways people
Well,
can
if-
help fundraise for
I'm
you?
hoping Grilly Palooza turns into another Palooza. I mean,
Yeah,
between the
okay.
fests and the Paloozas around here, I mean, I'm just another one. We just look for
Don't you
reasons
wish
to
you came up
party.
with the word palooza?
We have great suffixes here in Pittsburgh, yeah, for sure. But you are doing a good thing, and it's for fun. We were talking about this, last week, just how it is so important. There's so many different nonprofits, so many charities. Like you said, everybody's involved in something.
Yeah.
So it's figuring out what's that thing, what's that hook that people really want to do. And like you're kind of checking all boxes with this event.
Yeah, I'm just trying to, like I said, it's jamming with the people that I want to jam with, and I've met so many people just in passing, and all walks of life and businesses and what people are into. I mean, my son's here with me, and he's like, Dad, this is like what I do in school. I said, well, yeah, come with me. Check it
that's
all out.
cool.
So I got my young guy over there,
Wait,
my oldest young guy.
Is he on a work permit at this point? Because
Yeah.
can we
Well-
pay him to
Working?
be here right now?
He looks like a grown man at 16, so
really
we
does.
can get
We're
away
paying
with
him
it.
in Mancini's
There
pepperoni
you
rolls.
go.
I hope he digs that.
There
So
you
people
go.
can still donate, obviously, even if they're not attending, right?
Listen, if you go and buy a soda,
Yeah.
you go and buy one of the food trucks, you buy a ticket for admission, you come in and just golf and hang out and
Yeah.
listen to some music, you're helping.
There you go.
I'm trying to make it as easy as possible. I have some great sponsors, from Kelly O's Diner to Pepsi to PFG. They're all the clients of like I said, DJ's Barbecue and the food trucks, Aviva, Yinzer Dogs. I even have Ice Cream
yeah.
Emergency, which is a new on the scene.
Oh,
you
we
seen
wanna
that?
interview them, so you have to
So they're
direct
coming.
us.
They're
Yes.
coming. So if you
He's
guys
like,
Let's
come,
go.
He's like, you don't get it unless you
He's
come
like,
to
did
the
you say
thing.
you're
You
coming?
gotta
Right, did you
come
make
now.
a
Say
$1,000
you're
donation,
You're
Rachel?
coming now.
Thousands
So
of
yeah,
them.
just tons of companies and like I said, good bands. I wish we could party all night because the venue. I think when people really see what we're doing on Friday, I'm hoping that I maybe see 10% of the seats. I put butts in seats at PNC Park.
You can do it again.
And Discovery Church is a great place where I spend my Sundays at 9 a.m. and you know, come have a coffee and jam there. But when they see the facility, I think they'll be pretty surprised at how nice it is, and just a place to, again,
I love it.
come and hang out.
One more time, where do they get the information?
So they can go on my socials. Grilled Cheese 49 is my Instagram. The link's on there.
Who doesn't
I'm
want
terrible about all this stuff.
He's not good at it, so make sure you
I'm not
navigate.
good at that, so
But
yeah.
question of the
Yes.
day. What's that go-to food that you're like, I want to like this, but I just can't? Mine's the beet.
Really?
Yeah, I want to like beets. I just can't like them.
I can drink the beet juice better than I can eat the beet.
Okay.
Because
Can't do either.
You can't do either?
I just can't. I don't know what it is.
Uh,
I have a nephew who opens a can of
Carrots,
beets and
Brussels
literally.
sprouts. Do you hate any vegetables? Do you hate all vegetables?
no,
It's not grilled cheese, is it?
No,
Oh,
it's-
thank God.
no.
That would have been bad for your persona.
Seafood, I eat it all. I'm Italian, and it's just
Okay.
put a little cheese
Somehow
on it,
we
and
always get
somehow
Italian in
it
there.
goes right, you know.
Well,
Jason Grilli, you're doing such great things. We appreciate you being with us. It's such an honor that you really joined us on our first show. So thank you so much. And we will
Yes.
see you on August the 16th. Make sure that you can get there, patron a good thing, and do good for Pittsburgh. Thanks for being with
Yes,
us.
please come out. We'd love to have you all there with me. So
Love it.
Welcome to Fernandes. Can I take your orders?
You need a tap it?
No, we don't use this. We know how to yell the sandwich, the cook. Here we go.
Dig in.
It's John and Rachel. We love to dig into iconic Pittsburgh places like Permanis. So we brought our friends from People's Gas.
Please call at least 3 business days before you dig.
It doesn't matter if it's a big project or something small like a mailbox. Always call before you dig. I called. We can dig in.
So please call 811 3 business days before excavating so you don't have to call 911.
I've been thinking that Rorick Automotive needs a new jingle.
Rory! Automotive got the best cars around Pittsburgh.
Driving a Rorick, I bought it at Rorick. Picked up my new car at Rorick Automotive. I got friends at Rorick Automotive where the staff is nice and the dealership's loaded with brand new cars. And you can drive real far.
So I don't know about you guys, but I have such a hard time getting my kids to have any kind of leftovers. But apparently, this guy doesn't just have the whole healthcare thing under control, he can get people to eat leftovers.
So today I'm gonna make you my summer pasta. And this dish started, it's a fan favorite with my family. My kids absolutely love it. It started out of leftovers. We have a big family, there's 6 of us, and we do steak and corn on the cob once in a while. And the next day, sometimes we have a steak left over or some corn on the cob to go with it. And I thought, what can I do with this? So at the time I had a basil plant and I had a cherry tomato plant, and I paired them together with some fresh buffalo mozzarella that I had in the fridge, threw it over some pasta and created our summer pasta. So watch and see, and hopefully you'll love it too.
So this is fantastic. We've got Women Who Rock Wine, right? Tell me a little bit about that.
It's on sale right now at the City Winery in the Strip District, and $10 from every bottle goes to support women's health research at McGee Women's Research Institute.
John and Rachel, and we are back with Mark Ferrari, one of our absolute favorite musicians. We say this all the time, and we mean it. You know, sometimes we say that, and we're like, we've never even interviewed this person, but luckily, we certainly go way back with you. We love your music. When we talked to you earlier, you talked about all the greats that you've performed with, and we get to hear you perform tonight. But while you were kind of hanging out with the other guests, did you try any Mancini's? Please say yes.
I didn't.
Oh,
I'm going
quit.
to after.
I
I don't
just
like. I can't eat before I
remember
sing.
when you were-
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah, I don't want food flying out of my mouth or anything. But believe me, Mancini's bread's the best.
It's the best.
There you go.
There is nothing.
And
you-
I'm
all
not.
right.
I'm not getting paid to say that.
Do a song. Do a song right now. Mancini's bread.
Oh yeah, make
John
a
just
jingle. Yeah.
Turned it up. So we had obviously a theme tonight with all of our guests, and I think you're all Italian also, which is, I mean, John's the odd man out. Sorry
Right.
for you,
John Chamberlaini.
Right, there you go. Yeah, add an eye to it.
There you go. But Mark, we are so excited to see what's happening with you for the rest of the summer. So we just need to know, where can everybody find you and follow you and all that good stuff?
The website is Mark Ferrari Music, all one word, Mark with a K.
Make it easy.
Ferrari like the car, markferrarimusic.com. Calling All Cars 99 is the YouTube channel, and Instagram's Mark Ferrari 99.
Do you feel like a guinea pig for us? at this point because
No.
you do everything we do first.
You literally
first.
are with us
You're like,
all the. We're so lucky.
I'll experiment with the
Yeah.
reach.
I like helping you guys out, and you help me out. We're all family here with your dad and everything. So,
all right.
Tell us about the song you're gonna do.
it's my newest song. The song's called "On the Run."
And
Right.
now, while we let you get set up, we're going to see the 412 dudes from Discover the Berg.
And they
Jeremy
have a
and
great,
Angie.
good bit of things to talk about because they have been taste testing a ton of breweries. So make sure you're following Discover the Berg and check out the 412 dudes.
Hey everyone, Jeremy and Angie from Discover the Berg here, and we are bringing you the 412 Do's for the week. You know, Angie, it's going to be, for once, a really nice week.
Amazing weather
Hopefully.
forecast, hopefully. Yeah.
So let's be outside. What can we do this week that's
all
outside?
the things outside.
Yes.
So Saturday, there's a lot going on. So we have Veg Fest going on in Allegheny Commons Park in the north side. So this has been going on for a couple years now. It's an annual event that's celebrating all things vegetarian. So there's over 150 or so vendors. So it's massive, like all kinds of things like artists and creators and food. Of course, lots of food. There's always so much food.
So much
there.
vegetarian and vegan food. It's
Yeah.
fantastic. And it gets busy, so you might want to go early. Hopefully, it's going to be busy. It's going to be a nice day. It's a lot of fun. And it's going to be right by on the Allegheny Commons Park, on Cedar Avenue side by the fountain by the hospital. Also Barrel and Flow Fest is back for another year in the Strip District, and that's one of our favorite beer fests. It's one of I think it's rated the #1 beer fest in America by USA Today. It brings a lot of black brewers into the city and celebrates black artists and musicians. There's a lot of collaboration beers between local artists and local breweries, and it's a whole lot of fun. That festival is going on all day Saturday. I believe general admission starts at about 5 o'clock, but you can get an early admission if you want. We're going to be there. It's always a lot of fun. Some of the best beer collabs.
The collab beers are awesome.
And great to hang out with the community. After this weekend, what else do we got going on?
More concerts actually. So a concert series is happening the next 3 Wednesdays down at the High Line in Southside. So this is right by Sly Fox Brewing. So they're outdoor concerts, free to everybody. So it's put on by Chamber Music Pittsburgh. So there's a couple of chamber music style groups.
So
and
we've been in the past. It's really fun.
There's like a brass group one week. So it's like all different kinds of styles of music every week. Bring your own chair, sit outside, enjoy the music, have a beer, and enjoy the view.
And the view of the city from there is pretty awesome. And if sports are your thing, as we're speaking right now, the Steelers preseason starting, but on this Saturday and next Saturday, the Riverhounds also have home games. So enjoy that good weather, be outside. We haven't actually talked about any restaurants yet, so
I know, surprising.
It's crazy, but the new restaurant is having a soft open in Bloomfield called Nothing Man, and this is right now they're doing deli sandwiches. I believe they're having a bar this weekend is starting as cash only, but it's by the team from Given to Fly, which is at Federal Galley right now. Details about that beyond this is is a little sparse, but they are opening up in Bloomfield, which we're really excited about. And one of our favorite local coffee shops just opened in the north side, right, Angie?
Colombino. Yeah. So this one is great. They bring in and roast their own Colombian coffee and cacao. So they've got amazing drinks and also arepas. So Colombian arepas filled with all kinds of delicious meats and sauces. It's an amazing place.
Yeah, and that's right on Western Avenue. It's we've been twice already. It's great. Well, that's it for us this week for the 412 Do's, and you can find us at discovertheberg.com. All of our social media handles are at discovertheberg, or just Google Pittsburgh Blog. You'll find us. Have a good weekend. Hope to see you outside.
Mancini's Bakery, 97 years in business and still getting better. Make sure you follow us on Facebook and Instagram. That's where you will see various Pittsburgh personalities like Gretchen McKay, Super Bowl MVP Santonio Holmes, KDKA's own Mary Hours, and WPXI's Jenna Harner, learning how to make the famous Italian twist bread. Follow Mancini Bakery on Instagram and Facebook, and remember to ask for Mancini's.
Welcome to Fernandes. Can I take your orders?
You need a tappet?
No, we don't use this. We know how to yell the sandwich to cook. Here we go.
Let's dig in.
It's John and Rachel. We love to dig into iconic Pittsburgh places like Permanis. So we brought our friends from People's Gas.
Please call at least 3 business days before you dig.
It doesn't matter if it's a big project or something small like a mailbox. always call before you dig. I called. We can dig in.
So please call 811 3 business days before excavating so you don't have to call 911.
There's a light in her eyes, makes me a believer of faith. It's wild and blind. She got me talking to a preacher. She's my ride or die. She's my spiritual high. She's a midnight drive with her hair up Saturday night. Oh, she's cut like a diamond, she shines like a star. She's in my heart no matter where we are. She burns like a fire, though she's cool in the sun. We're on the verge, we were on the run. There's a place above the sky. I go to heaven when I see her. She's a song I sing 1,000 times. I'm gonna shout it to the bleachers. She's my ride or die. She's my natural high. She's a midnight drive when you're lost in the heat of the night. Oh, she's cut like a diamond, she shines like a star. She's in my heart no matter where we are. She burns like a fire, though she's cool in the sun. We're on the verge, we were on the run. 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 She's my ride or die. She's my perfect crime. She's my alibi. Whoa, whoa, her name is like a lullaby. It echoes through my soul. It echoes through the night. Oh, oh, oh. She's cut like a diamond. She shines like a star. She's in my heart no matter where we are. She burns like a fire, though she's cool in the sun. We're on the verge. We're on the run. We were on the run. We were on the run. Oh yeah. On the run, on the run, on the run, on the run. We were on the run. We were on the run. We were on the verge. We were on the run. We were on the